Welcome on back to Showboys Gaming and our part 2 for our Sifu walkthrough. It's Chad, and we will be continuing on here today. Just to kind of catch you up on where we're at, if you missed part 1 and you're finding this this episode somehow before part 1, you should go watch part 1. Obviously, that's where majority of the basics were explained, but just to kind of catch us up on where we're at on our skills here, we have permanently unlocked strong sweep focus, as well as environmental mastery, and we are working on charged back fist. So that's going to be at least my recommended skills that you go for first, especially strong sweep focus if you're going to be following this walkthrough. Environmental mastery, it's just something that I personally like using a lot. And then charged back fist is mandatory for the next level after the club here. So we are going to move on over to the club. And something I did not explain in the first episode is that we have a multiplier here. And the multiplier can be raised by taunting enemies with right on the D-pad. So if you're trying to go for a specific level score, make sure you keep that up at 5 the whole time you're playing. If it drops behind, try to find yourself some space between you and the enemy and taunt them, and it will go back up. Each time that you taunt the enemy, it goes up. So keep that in mind as we're moving through here. It'll always be right there, the times 550 level score that we have right now. So we're going to walk up and talk to this guy.
What do you want? Shaw. Where can I find him? Guys, we got a problem here.
If you're quick enough, you can get the stealth takedown on that guy with environmental mastery. That's what that allows you to do there, is kick weapons and various items at enemies. Hit this guy because we want his level score and XP. And then we are going to grab this bat right here and move on in. Now when we move on to the dance floor here, we'll be able to hit 2 enemies at once for instant takedown if we time it properly. So let's see if we can move on in and do that. So run and kind of angle yourself at both of these guys towards the right, and you should be able to hit them both. And if you unlock charged back fist, it allows you to do a sweep attack with the weapons in the game as well. So very useful. Bat broke before I got a chance to show you there, but we will show you here in a second. Once you clear this room, we will get our first kind of mini boss of the game. So I highly recommend that you keep your focus for her. So if you get a charged up enemy like I did here, don't use your focus. Get that punish state on him and we'll be able to take him down. And we'll be thrown right into the platform heal girl here. So that's just 2 dodges down and then a dodge up to avoid her sweep. She usually catches me with that. Try not to be on this end when you kill her, because sometimes the enemies will come out of that door there. Sometimes you can't help it, but we're gonna hit the shrine here and we're gonna take the 250 focus, which will add half a focus bar for us. And then we can work our way over here and let these people come out of that room so we can fight them one-on-one, or one-on-two rather, because there are far more enemies in that other room. we can go over here for a detective board item. I will need a code for this one. Now I have no idea where this leads. I believe, let's run over here real quick.
I need the access card.
Just to see if, I can't remember if that is a detective board item or not, so we might as well just grab it just to be safe. And then we're going to work our way into this area here and smack this girl for an instant takedown. And then all her buddies are going to come fight. So take your defensive position. Ooh, 2 knockdowns with 1 punch. Love it. Something else that's also important to explain is you get invisibility frames in this game, much like Dark Souls games. So anytime that you're doing the dodge, you're getting invisible frames, right? As well as anytime that you're doing the triangle circle takedown, you won't be able to be hit by another enemy, or the grab where you get on top of them when they're on the ground and attack them, you won't be able to get hit by an enemy. So use those to your advantage. If you see an enemy attack coming in and you have one of those up, make sure you pop it. We're gonna grab a bottle and go up the wall here and hit this guy with it. This guy will almost always power up on you. We will watch this little TV here real quick. And we see a little hint at the boss that we are working our way towards here. Go through these doors here. There's a bottle on the counter here we can grab and throw it at one of the enemies for an instant takedown, making your life a little easier. This lady to our right here, sometimes she will not fight you, but I can't for the life of me figure out what causes her to do it and not to do it, so. Try to save your focus for the big guys, because these guys are probably going to kill us. We'll see. You can run through this for a weapon. I like to hit one of these guys first. Don't forget, holding triangle with charged back fist allows you to do that sweep there. And luckily we will get out of this encounter alive. For here, we're going to take our weapon that we have. If you don't have a weapon coming into this room, you can grab a bottle over there. We're going to throw it at this lady for an instant takedown. And then there is a bat right here that we can grab. For this room, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to smack this guy on the right for an instant takedown. You can drop weapons by holding R1, so keep that in mind. If you're struggling with this pit, it might be a good idea to keep, just dropping the weapon over in the corner before you hit this guy. Also, there is a trophy for taking down the big guy in this little pit first before anybody else. So keep that in mind if you're going for the platinum trophy. That is one of the requirements. So we are going to jump on in here. And I like to try and not do the takedowns in here because we're definitely, it's been a while since we got a power up. So one of these guys is certainly going to power up on us. Ooh, man, I've never seen him pick me up off the ground like that. There was a perfect example of running out of structure. Let's see upgrade-wise what we want to do here. We want charged back fist, so that's what we're going to be focusing on. And I will show you exactly why we want that going into the museum. It makes the museum literally a joke, for the most part. Oh, of course. I knew it. You see, I told you that we were going to get a powered up enemy here. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, we can focus on this guy a little bit more. Okay. Now we will move on here. Let me take a look at my notes here. Optional area, more time, describe, disciple spouse. Okay.
You are not supposed to be part of tonight's group.
Let me through. I don't want any trouble.
So these are the guys that I was talking about. It might be easier for you to just dodge their final attack, which is the one that you need for the punish state. Right here. You do not need to dodge all of them. So we will take him down, and then I think that in the next room, maybe. Or actually, you know what? We might have got it. Yes, Disciples Pass. With this pass, I can go directly to the burning. So that's where we're going to start heading our way to now. And this will also allow us into the optional area that we saw earlier, the door that he said I need a card for. And then straight ahead here is a completely optional area. We will need to come back here later on, but this is the area, this is the door that we couldn't get into earlier. It takes you back out to the dance floor. So from now on, you can go through this area here. You won't be missing a shrine. You will be missing a great deal of XP, so if you're farming XP, I don't recommend it. And then up here is an optional area of enemies that we can fight. So we might as well come up here and do that. Try to keep them somewhat separated so you don't have to fight all of them at once. I like to try and bring these guys back here so I don't have to worry about their buddies losing track of where I'm at. We're going to get a powered up guy here. Something to keep in mind. These guys can also power up. I was gonna say, they're usually standing right there, but maybe because I drew that guy back so quickly. Again, if you just got a powered up enemy, you're pretty safe to do it relatively close to getting one of those, because they rarely happen like back to back. It's usually a little bit away. So I like to kick this thing over here, throw that at him. Ooh, caught my bottle. I didn't mean to throw my bottle. Dude, that's actually a skill that you can unlock, so it definitely feels really good to pull it off for sure. And then over here, we can go over here and talk to the DJ. There's no purpose of them right now, but we will need to come back here, so keep this area in mind.
Are you a friend of Sean's?
No. Seeing how he treats others, I don't think he has any.
We will need to be, when we make our return visit to the club, we will need to come back up here and grab a specific item. So for now, we're going to work our way back down to the other door that we came through. And don't get too quick on the attack here. We want to walk up to this guy and talk to him first.
Above this door are the 3 trials.
The trials. What are they?
Agility, dexterity, endurance.
Once you finish his dialogue, we're going to walk back over here. If you're low on health, you can hit the shrine right now. If you're not, I would recommend just waiting. Pick up the pipe, and then we're going to smack this chick. And that's going to aggro everybody in the room, so let them come. Oh, nice. Okay. You also get kind of invisible frames when you're doing the focus attacks too, so keep that in mind. Again, holding triangle allows you to do that sweep attack. So now we can hit the shrine, and we're going to take our second 250 here, as well as try to get another. Where's Charge Back Fist at? Did I just pass it? Yes, I did. Okay, get another one of those unlocked. Then we can work our way through this door here. Alright, let me double check my notes here and make sure I'm not missing anything. Talk to the DJ for the last minutes. Walk up, talk to the guy, finish the room, hit the shrine, and let the focus on void. Okay. So, we're going to move into this area here. We're going to need a little, well, big fight here. We're going to aim ourselves right at this door. As soon as it opens, we're going to run and smack this guy for an instant takedown. Now we have 2 focus bars, so it's time to start using those. Jeez, a little bit more than we have been, since we have 3 upgrades on the structure. I don't know why, but that attack with the bat gets me every time. The like uppercut that they do. And then I would try to save up as much focus as you can when you leave this room, because we're going right to another difficult fight. So at least keep 1 bar up for the strategy I'm going to show you, but 2 will be definitely helpful as well.
How many trials do I have left?
Talk to her.
2 more challenges lay ahead, dexterity and endurance. But I'm afraid you'll be too late for the final trial.
If you're really trying to get XP too, you can run up there and fight her if you feel like it. And this is one of the coolest areas in the game, especially if you're playing this on PS5. It just feels so cool on the new controller. So we're gonna run through this door. We're gonna throw this at her. And then we're going to sweep her to get her club out of her hand. And then this is the same thing. You need to dodge her final attack here in order to get the punish state on her. And that will take her down. We can drop this one and grab the fresh one here. And work our way through here. Now, when I first played this game, this was the detective board item that I just completely missed for literally like 20 runs of this game, because I thought these were lights running through here. Didn't even notice, but you need to look at each one of these. There are 3 of them. And that will get you yet another detective board item. In the... Is this it? No, that's the tech guy. Oh, here they are. I found several sentences on the walls of Sean's school. He's brainwashing his disciples with his morbid obsession with strength. Nature will eliminate those who do not look out for themselves to face death with equanimity. Furious fire burn. So, make sure you look at those to get that detective board item, and then we're going to work our way down towards the last couple rooms of this, or the last room of this area. But we want to grab this here. That will give you the detective board item fire chest. We will get a key to unlock that later on in the game. So for this room here, I used to go for the female first, but if you got focus up, if you come and sweep this guy, I just find like this strategy is a little bit better. If you hit your dodges, that is, which I certainly did not. And that takes care of that. So, like I said, just kind of, if you got your focus up, that's why I was saying to save your focus for those 2 rooms that we just did. You need your focus for the strategy that I did there. So, if you find yourself out of focus, you can always farm up focus by just dodging enemy attacks. So keep that in mind. We are fully upgraded on the focus on successful avoid, so it's fairly easy to do. But the room that we did before, where we swept the club out of the lady's hand, in this room you definitely want focus. But hit that first guy first, keep him on the ground so you can focus on the female. Once she's down, then you can refocus on the male. But leave him on the ground so you don't pick him back up when you're done hitting him. Okay, we're gonna move in here. And I'm gonna, you can totally use the bow staff. There are a bunch of bow staffs in this room as well. So if you're really struggling with this guy, that's definitely a okay strategy. We're gonna take our charged back fist. Oh man, I keep pass it up every time. One more on the charged back fist is all we need. And then for here, this is kind of where I start to get a little, I guess, bored with the upgrades. You can take whatever you feel will be useful to you. Once I get the focus regain and at least 2 of these bars, I'm happy. So for now, I think we'll probably just take... I'm trying to think of what would help us the most here. Because I want to save this stuff here for our skills. That's another thing you need to pay attention to, is each one of these categories uses a different upgrade. So this uses XP, which is the same one you use to upgrade these. So keep that in mind. This uses level score. That's the multiplier I showed you at the beginning of the episode. And then this is your age. So I think we're going to take maybe... Sure, let's do weapon durability. For Sean, the strategy is going to be fairly simple. It's practically the exact same strategy that we did on Fajar, which is dodging his attacks and attacking with triangle exclusively, using our focus when it's up as much as we can. So let's move on in.
Sifu.
Phase 1 is going to be very similar to the previous boss fight. Phase 2, we want to try and take him out before he starts getting powered up and using the sweep attack. That is the attack that gets me the most. So typically in Phase 2, when he gets powered up, I just let his first attack hit me while blocking and then worry about avoiding. You can totally avoid that sweep attack by avoiding up, but I'm terrible at it, so I just let him hit me. It doesn't damage you. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll give us the ability to open up that punish state that we were talking about. He's always going to do a shoulder check if he backs away from you, or a poke, so keep that in mind. When he does that attack there, it's just simply 3 dodges down. Fairly simple to avoid once you get his pattern down. He does not change it up very often. Like, that looks really dangerous, but it's really not that hard to dodge it. I have a harder time dodging that uppercut that he does. Use your focus as much as you can. That'll be phase 1 of Sean. Phase 2 is literally going to be the exact same strategy. No different. Just sometimes we need to be mindful if he's coming in for the sweep, we either need to dodge up on the left stick, or just let him hit you while blocking with L1. He's going to try to talk to you, just run up and hit him. We're not here to talk, obviously. When he backs up like that, he's always going to come in with that spinning sweep, or spinning attack. So you see, it's really not that different of a fight yet. We'll see if we can take him down before he kind of sets on fire. There's the sweep that I was talking about. And we do have some focus up, so we will take the focus to knock him down with the strong focus sweep, which is what you're going to see us using quite a lot throughout the game. Anytime you break his structure like that, the 4th hit will knock him to the ground. If his structure is not broken, he will parry you, as you saw there. So this should take care of Sean if we use our focus here. And that is it for the 2nd level of Sifu. Nice and easy. Don't overthink it. Just focus on your holding L1 through the entire fight, dodging down to avoid his attacks, and attacking exclusively with triangle, or whatever your heavy attack is on PC. So we will go over to the tree here and do a little upgrading. We want to make sure that we get charged back fist. We have 1 more to unlock it permanently, which will be perfect. And then from here, let's see, what do we want to go to? Strong focus sweep, we got charged back fist. I definitely want to get raining strikes at some point, and I think it's fairly expensive. No, it's only 1,000, so let's do raining strikes. And that will do it for part 2 of our Sifu walkthrough. The next episode, we will be going to the museum. I'm going to recommend that you run the club a couple more times, build up some XP, maybe unlock that raining strikes permanently. Certainly need the permanent upgrade on charged back fist before we go into the next level here, so keep that in mind. And subscribe to us here on Showboys Gaming. Check out our other channel, Showboys Podcast. Like and comment on the video. If you're having any issues, drop them in the comments and I will try to help you where I can. And I will see you guys on part 3 of our Sifu walkthrough.